A couple of years ago, there was a lot of concern about the city's bond indebtedness, and where we were with that, it was pretty high, I think, at that time. And as you get ready to start the 2012 budget process, where's the city at with your bond indebtedness now? Are you comfortable with it? Are you
there's no
coming down?
Only 41 million or somewhere close to that. I'll start off and we'll let Matt, he's the numbers guy, but when I got on the commission 4 years ago, we were close to $50 million. And we're now at 41 and headed downward. This year is our hump year, and part of next year, as far as our high points, as far as our bond payments, and then things reduce on out. We've talked about, what is it, 2020, 2021, if we don't put anything else on the credit card, we retire all the bonds, is that?
21 or 24, I can't remember which off the top of my head.
So somewhere, so there is a target, and I mean, obviously being a business owner, you want to retire debt and have a plan to retire debt, and have a reason why you're adding to the debt. And the past 4 years, the commission's done a very good job, I feel, to keep that debt moving downward, finding ways to pay cash, or sometimes putting stuff on hold until we have the money versus paying the interest, because that's, if you get too much of that going on, as we all know with payments, it makes it tougher. So that's what we've done the last 4 years as a commission, is came up with the mindset that, hey, we're not going to charge more to that. We're going to find ways to pay cash, and that's the important issue. Matt?
Yeah, the mayor's correct. 2012 will be is our peak year in terms of our amount of general fund debt payments, and then it starts to go down from there. Of course, we have some utility fund debt that gets paid off. Some of that is set by state law in order to take advantage of the state revolving loan fund, low interest loan program. They mandate a 20-year repayment instead of 10. It's the city commission's policy not to have debt go beyond 10 years. But if you want to get the low interest loans, then you got to go with the 20-year program. So we have some of that out there too. I think the other thing that's important to note is by the decisions of not just the past city council, but several city councils before that, with the policy of going 10 years, we're paying for many infrastructure improvements with a lifespan well over 10 years in 10 years. We're paying for our share of 3 bridges, basically over 3. I think one's on a 15-year bond, and the other 2 are on 10-year bonds. So when you do that, your first 10 years are really, really hard to get through. After you get through those 10 years, then things get a lot better. And really, by 2015, our indebtedness really, really drops off. So I think that's important to note, is that we're paying for 50-year and 20-year improvements in 10 years. And we've been able to do that while keeping the mill rate flat. And I think that's pretty impressive when you think about it. I also think that it's been very good that the past city commission put away the credit card, so to speak. And in all fairness, you can't pay for bridges with cash. You just can't do that. Well, so that's why we had some of that debt that was put out there. But really, with the exception of the renovation of Fire Station 2, and then some utility debt, because we had to do some significant repairs up at the water treatment plant that required us to get the state revolving low interest loan program. Those are the only things that we've really issued debt in the last 4 years for. So we've refinanced some existing bonds, and the City Commission is going to be asked to look at refinancing some additional utility debt to get an even lower interest rate. So don't confuse seeing bonds when what they are simply refinancing existing debt. We have done that, but really those are the only 2 projects in the last 4 years, at least that I've been here, that we've issued debt for. And I'd point out, we're paying for a $1.6 million sewer upgrade to Industrial Park 4 out of cash. That's pretty good.
You'll hear us talk more about this as we get into our budgets, because in the bond and interest fund, is it 3 mills?
Yeah,
Increase in payment. So as we were talking before the meeting today, I mean, that has to come from somewhere, and so we'll have to have those discussions as we go through the budget process this summer as to where that 3 mills is going to come from, the additional 3 mills in the bond and interest fund. So we'll have some challenges.